Wings, he lives in Conway, South Carolina. That's something that he says loud and proud all the time. So it's not like I doxed him. And he rarely leaves his town, right? That's a very uncommon thing for him. He hardly leaves his house, right?
Can I interject? I would guess that he has left the town of that he lives in 6 times in his lifetime.
I wouldn't bet against that. You know,
he's really that much of a recluse?
Yes. Not necessarily a recluse, because like I suppose he socializes with a very small group of individuals within his circle. And it's not that he doesn't want to go out to a restaurant with a girl or anything like that. He's a homebody who feels very uncomfortable out of his shell of protection. And his mother is very important to him as sort of a safety blanket figure. She needs to be close by. Yes.
He's just not an explorer. He's the opposite of an explorer. He very much leaves his comfort zone the minute he leaves practically his block.
Well, so, could you call it exploration though? Just going out to the local grocery store. I mean, that's making it sound like some grandiose adventure he's going on. It's like an everyday thing.
This is it. This is what? If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
Come on, Sam. Remember what Bilbo used to say? It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your door.
Wings of Redemption was born and bred in Conway, South Carolina in the United States. He lives
in a goddamn trailer with your mommy
and other members of his family and friends who have come and gone over the years. Wings made a Cribs video so we can take a look inside his humble abode.
Alright. Got yellow ass trailer lights in this house, so you gotta pardon me. Oh, Texas Pete. There's lots of wires over here. That's just the way this works. Lots and lots of wires. Got lots of electronics. Have no place to hide them. So there's lots of wires. I'm trying to redo this section of the room and make it more ergonomical. But that's that. That's what you don't see behind the scenes. Got a big 60-inch HD PVR. I'll come back through here. Oh, I got the back. Got a whole mess of chickens. That goes over to a building and a shed that's ours as well. Well, hope you enjoyed, guys. That's the video you always want to see.
Wings barely leaves his trailer. He exposed how little he travels in a very old episode of PKA, where he didn't realise you don't need a passport to fly to Chicago from South Carolina. In all fairness, I wasn't aware of this either, but I do live in another country, 3,500 miles away. So there is that.
Wings, have you ever gotten a passport?
Not yet. No, I got to get one.
Let me explain how the process works.
No, getting a passport's easy. To like go to Chicago.
You don't need a passport to go to Chicago.
Why don't you?
Oh my God!
You understand? I've never left South Carolina.
Okay. Let me help you here. You can travel anywhere in the United States without a passport. You can also go to, I think, Canada and Mexico with just like regular ID, like a driver's license.
Yeah.
But you need a passport to go to countries where they don't have that kind of reciprocal agreement. To go out of the country like that, you go to your local post office to get the passport. So step one, you go to like the drugstore and they take a passport photo of you.
Hold up. Somebody banned that kid that called me an absolute moron.
Okay.
I always thought you had to have a flat. I thought you always had to have a passport to fly. And most of my experience comes from like watching like movies where people fly because they usually have a passport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. If you fly inside the U.S., then you don't need a passport.
I thought it was like another like security measure to get on a plane.
Nope, you're good to go.
Yep, all you need is ID and your plane ticket to get on the plane.
And see. And I can't stand it. That right there really pissed me off. If I could see that faggot that called me a moron, I would have beat him right in the face with a mag light.
Mad Clay. You know what though? Actually, Wings, I bet if you saw that guy that called you a moron, you'd disregard his 6
I bet you I wouldn't.
By the sounds of it, Wings isn't planning on leaving home anytime soon.
I like the South better than the North. I mean, we're nicer down here. We have sweet tea, you get free refills. I mean, everything's a little slower. Every time I've left the South, it's been annoying.
Two of the three main pillars that make the South good are sweet tea and the free refills of the South. That's like wishing for more wishes. What the fuck?
Pick up on that.
I'm just saying, like, those are the two big things I notice when I leave. Like, it doesn't feel
All right, men, here it is. We're gonna fight to the death, and you know why we're here, right? We're here for niceness. All right, we're here for sweet tea. We're here for free refills. Goddammit! Now let's get out there and fight. Last man.
Lucky Series 7, welcome to Banworld. If you're never gonna donate, get the fuck out of here. All right, Redneck, welcome to Banworld. Big up Liquid Richard. Permaban his bitch ass. Seriously, fuck you. If you continue to say Richard, whether you're a sub or not,
I'm just gonna get rid of you for 24 hours.
I'm banning anybody trying to give me advice. All right, ban everybody. Shut the fuck up. You fucking dick sucker. Shut the fuck up. Ban these guys, dude. You fucking dick sucker.
I don't give a fuck, man. I got hate my fucking life at this point.
Welcome to Banworld. 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 Shut the fuck up.
I want to know how much you like incest, actually.
Wow. Oh, you never seen my family. No.
So I want to start off by saying thank you for your support in episode 1. The feedback was incredible. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. There's a link in the description below. Episode 2 has turned out to be a long one, so I hope you enjoy. Wings has a close bond with his mother and grandmother. They raised him without the help of Wings' father, who was absent for a large portion of his life.
And my daddy is dying right now, but I'm not really attached to my father, like, because he was just never there for me. Like, I know that guy's my father, but other than like thinning hairlines, I don't even really look like him. I look more like my grandfather than my father. I recently had a reconciliation with my father, and so there was like a 15-year gap between mine and his relationship. One of the things I noticed with that gap between our relationship was that my father's a little bit of a conspiracy nut.
On PKA, FPS Kyle has said many times that Wings shouldn't bother with video games. Instead, he should have his own reality TV show.
It's must-see TV. Like, I'm fascinated by the guy. I have long said that his career shouldn't be piddling around with gaming videos or Twitch content or anything like that. It should be a reality show. We've probably all seen Honey Boo Boo, or at least know of it. It's garbage TV. He's so much better. If you think he's interesting, or at least bizarre enough to be fascinating, you should meet his extended family.
Kyle has a point. Compared to some of the trashy reality TV shows that have existed, like Honey Boo Boo and Buck Wild, Wings is way more interesting. And so, King of Cocks was born. The name is derived from Wings' dominance over the chickens he used to breed. Let's take a look at some of Wings' absurd side characters. There's Kelly, a longtime friend that Wings plays Dungeons and Dragons with.
Belly off. Belly off.
He's got me on that one. Mine, I got nothing.
Wait. I wanted to mark down for the record. That one was me, not Kyle. When that shows up in GIF form, Woody made this happen.
Or Harriet, his drug addict cousin.
Can we see Harriet? Yeah. Harriet! Harriet!
What, darling?
They want to talk to you.
Huh?
They want to talk to you.
Who?
Those people.
Why?
What do you want to talk to about you? They're writing on the screen right here. What you guys want to say to Harriet? Can you read it?
Yeah, said I like a snack. I'll show you a damn snack.
Don't say anything raunchy now.
Okay, are they playing with me or what?
And then, the first of many boyfriends Wings' grandma has had over the years, Gunslinger Levi.
It's loaded now. That's Kel-Tec 30. 22 mag.
Tell him he's a gunman.
22 Magnum hollow point.
He's the gunman.
The gunman. Boom.
Sadly, another of Wings' grandma's exes has passed away. Bastard Brooke was an alcoholic, and I hope he's resting in peace.
Look at his eyes.
Oh.
Ain't funny, bro.
He is funny.
I've picked 3 of my personal favourites to examine in greater detail.
Yo, Richard, you got any of those pillies Kenny been begging? My brother's name is Kenneth, and he is basically, he was a pillhead.
Wings' brother was a medic in the army. His name is Kenneth, but he goes by another name, Crook.
What's your brother's nickname?
My brother's nickname is Crook.
Crook? What? Is there a backstory?
Yes, there is. Was he a thief in the 40s?
Let's hear more about the backstory.
Do you really want to hear
There is a
the
backstory. You don't get to hear it.
Of course we want to hear. That's what we do here on Painkiller Already. We tell stories.
Is it a tale or a story? What is it?
It's I can explain it real easily. My brother is a womanizer.
Nice.
And
is his name Dan?
No. One of the nicknames that multiple girls have called him in front of me is Crook. So I asked him, like, why do you call him Crook? And they say he has a bend in his penis.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That did not take that out I expected at all.
Yeah, it was serious.
I thought it was like steals your heart because he's so romantic, and then like, nope,
I thought for sure he joined. I'm sorry. I thought he joined the army like as a way to avoid jail. Like that's where I thought the story was going. Like what?
I don't go looking at my brother's dick.
Wings and his family have had a rough time with Crook since he left the army. He's horrible with money and has severe drug problems. You'll notice there's a theme starting to show here. Wings used his own credit to get his brother a truck, and it didn't end well.
I'd like to get some advice for you guys, though.
I'll try.
My brother's situation. After I left Kyle's house and I came back here, my brother had been carless for about a year at that point, and he had a military check. My brother's a Purple Heart military veteran. And, you know, he was down on himself. He was gaining weight. He was stuck pretty much in the house because he couldn't, you know, he had to beg people to take him places. So I'm like, you know, my credit's freed up. You got the money to pay for it. I'll go help you get a truck. So I went and helped him get a truck. And I co-signed for it because his credit was ruined, but from credit cards in the military. Like he messed his credit up with that. So 2.5 years go by, and it's all good and grand. But my brother develops a little bit of a drug problem. But you know, it's a lot of a drug problem.
He's had that for years.
A couple years, right? He didn't, but at the time I helped him get the truck, he wasn't on drugs. Mm-hmm. So like my belief was this: it was a solid deal. I'm helping him out. He gets $1,400 from the military. Truck payment's $300 a month. He can cover the truck payment even if he doesn't get a job. And then, well, he got on. He started on with these things called pain pills, you know, Dilaudid, things of that nature, and he got that through a girl. And well, eventually he got another job. By a guy across the street, and he ended up making good money on that job. He's making $16-17 an hour, which is good money in South Carolina.
For sure.
And so he's getting the military check plus that money, so he's making $4 or $5 grand a month. So, you know, whatever, I'm good. You know, it's only going to help my credit out, whatever. Well, he starts graduating. He stops doing the pain pills, and he starts doing the heroin. Well, when he couldn't get the heroin, he subsidized it with crack. Mm-hmm. Well, he got caught about
2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, with all 3 substances in his truck: crack, heroin, and pain pills in a bottle that isn't his. So now he's facing a felony charge of trafficking. But when he got hit with that charge, his job fired him. And now he's using his military check to fund his habit. The only problem is he just bought a house on the GI Bill to go with it. So his house payment's like $850 a month, plus the truck, plus the drug habit, and now he's like 3 months behind on the truck. And I have no clue.
Do you think he's? I think there might be a good
confronted him
chance
about it, and all he wanted to do was fight me.
Before we go to there, I want Wings. I think that you really enjoy being the hero in someone who's on tough luck story, right? You know, if someone's not doing well, you like helping that guy, and I get that.
Yeah.
There's my shit sticks. Sam, Jordan.
Yeah, Grandma, I'm working.
That's my shit stick.
The most iconic character is Gangster Grandma. I'll let Wings describe her.
So how can I make the claims that I'm going to make one of the best series on YouTube? Well, here's the premise. We all have grandmothers. Me, I have a grandmother. You have a grandmother. But there is something special about my grandmother. What is that you say, Wings? What is special about your grandmother? My grandmother is a gangster. I mean, it's a bold claim. It's a very bold claim. But we always call her GG for Gangster Grandma. And I'm going to basically let you into the life and get some stories out of her and show you. I'm not talking about just like an old school, well, she'll slap you type gangster. I'm talking about pistol packing, 24-inch riding, bong smoking, drug dealing, straight up gangster. All right, Grandma.
All right.
We gotta do something today.
What we gonna do?
Well, I've seen this on the internet. It looks like jelly beans, right?
Yeah.
Right. These are different though. If you look on the back of the box here, there's a chance to get a different flavor on every color. Like for example, you can get buttered popcorn, or you can get rotten egg.
Ugh. They want no damn rotten egg.
This can either be buttered popcorn or rotten egg.
Whoa! Alright.
Let's do it. I got buttered popcorn.
I got a rotten egg. Oh God. Can I spit it out?
No, eat it.
Oh my God.
That's the first time I've ever seen her.
Ugh. I got a rotten egg. Ugh.
Wings was suffering from a bout of constipation. To alleviate his pain, he used an enema. When the enema went wrong, who did he turn to? Medically trained Gangster Grandma.
So one of the worst feelings I've ever had in my life. I mean, the only other feeling that I could even contemplate with that would be the time I was constipated and the turd went sideways on me. Like
that doesn't even make sense.
let me tell the story. I had a really bad bout of constipation, and this was when I was on my diet in early 2011. I started doing Slim Fast to replace my lunches. One thing I didn't learn about Slim Fast is it dehydrates you really, really badly. Like, you have to drink a lot of water when you're on Slim Fast when you're replacing it as meals, and I didn't do that. So I got dehydrated really bad. I'm talking about 3 or 4 turds deep. Like, it just hurt to walk. So I feared pooping for about a week. So what I did is I ended up going to get a saline enema. And I had my grandma give me a saline enema. And it softened it up enough to pass, but it only got a little bit. So, like, it softened like the first 3/4 of a turd. I get on the toilet, and a saline enema like stimulates the muscles to actually make it come out. So I do it. It goes, and then that little piece, probably about this big, hits it, and turns like that, and it spreads my butthole wide open. I fall off the toilet, and I hit my head onto the wall, and I call out for my grandma, I'm like, you might have to take me to the hospital. But what we ended up doing is she ended up sticking her finger up my button and mashing the turd up.
Now I know how to ask a question. God damn it!
Oh my god.
She's had more experience handling shit since then, but to be fair, the trolls went too far by sending him feces. I don't know why Wings needed his grandma in the first place though, since he has so much experience with enemas.
Oh, Wings, didn't you have a topic you wanted to talk about going into the podcast?
No, I already talked about it. The enema on the little boy. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to give an enema to Gabe tonight.
Oh, wait, you're going to do it?
Yeah. She don't... Well, I've actually gave an enema before, and she hasn't.
All right, there's a lot more to dive into in this subject here. So,
okay, ask the first question then.
The first question, why are you giving an enema to your boy?
Well, he doesn't want to poop in the toilet. Like, we've got him to stop doing it in his pants, but for him, stop doing it in your pants means you hold it. And that's the wrong thing to do. What he's doing, he's basically getting to the point every time he eats, he just throws it back up because there's no room to put any in because his intestines is full.
That doesn't seem medically possible, but okay.
It is. You don't think your intestines can get full?
I think eventually you just shit yourself.
Wow, so you're giving him an enema to make him poo because you feel like if he eats any more...
I know he has it because he hasn't pooped in like a week.
You know what? I have a story to share.
Like tonight, he was sitting on the toilet, and I was in there, and I'm like, come on, buddy, poop for me. And like he had to go so bad, he was jumping up and down on the toilet. I'm like, it's okay, let it out, let it out, let it out. And he wouldn't do it. He just would not do it. And we went through this a couple times. Like the last time he pooped, he hadn't pooped in like a week. And you wouldn't believe the amount of poop came out this kid. It was probably 3 feet long.
What a champion! Right.
Oh my god!
It's like a fluorescent light bulb.
Like, how did it come out of this kid?
How many Keurigs did it weigh?
I didn't pick it up and weigh it, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, good lord. It looked more than my stuff, and I poop a lot.
All right. I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound very disgusting. If there is, in fact, another repeat of a 3-foot-long shit, you got to take a picture and upload it.
I'll do it. He's done it a couple times.
As fucked up as it is, I will look at 3-foot-long poop.
Dude,
last time I went to Walmart and he clogged the kitty toilet with it.
I picture like a brown turban all swirled up like a giant ice cream in the toilet.
Yeah. This thing was so big that we couldn't flush the toilet. I mean, I have pussy-ass trailer toilets, but I had to go get a stick out of the yard and like swirl it around before the toilet was flushed.
Dude, this kid's a champion. He's like a poop master.
Also, he needs a nickname though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully moves out. This is going to be his nickname.
On PKA 278, Wings told the crazy story of his elderly house guest, Jim. Another boyfriend of Gangster Grandma's, Jim moved up to Conway to live with her before being turfed out and ending up living with Wings.
Well, she finds Jim, which is the guy's name, and Jim doesn't have transportation. She don't know anything about him, but in 3 weeks she's in love. So she decides to move him down here. And so she asked me to rent a U-Haul and go get him, and he would pay me the money to, after all the stuff, which he did.
This is great.
I rented a U-Haul, and I paid the gas money and everything, and I helped move him down
Let me
here.
jump in. How far did you drive with this U-Haul? Like, and was it like a U-Haul you towed behind your truck?
Yes, it was an enclosed 12-footer.
All right, so you went and got one of those 12-foot U-Hauls, hooked it up to your truck, and then you drove to where?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
How far of a drive is that? So you drove 2 hours. You never met this guy
miles.
before.
110 miles, something like that.
So you never met this guy before. You load his shit up, put him in your truck, and bring him back to your grandma's place. Let me ask you this. Did your grandma come on this trip with you?
Yes.
Okay, that was
drove
nice.
her own car. So he gets down here. In less than a week, she's ready to throw him out. He buys this big thumpity stereo system. Well, he got it from Aaron's. He like bought, one of those like buy here, pay here places. You got this big thumpity stereo systems, and they're like, this thing has like 3 18-inch subwoofers built into it. It's like, and he put it in a single wide trailer. It's like, it didn't make sense. And like,
too much noise.
What kind of music? What kind of music does he play through this thumpity boombox
Country
he got from
western.
Aaron's?
Leonard
Country
Skinner.
western, like also like some Marty Robbins,
Like
down
some
in the
Earl
West.
Haggard and some Waylon Jennings. Regardless, the reason I'm telling you about the thumpity stereo system, there was a point about that, is because when shit started rolling downhill, that was the first complaint that gets thrown up, that she doesn't like the stereo in her house.
Okay.
So she was trying to throw the stereo out the door. You know, this is a
Physically.
stereo that this man hasn't paid for fully yet. He's on a payment plan with it.
But they would talk. She would talk shit to him. They would
she would sit there and talk shit, like pure T shit. And it was it's so much. She was talking down to the man so much. I had to be like, dude, that's not cool. You can't sit there and talk bad about this man. Imagine if somebody stood over you all day and talked bad about you. And here's the kicker: she was charging the man $900 a month to stay in a single wide trailer.
No, she was not.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this was just a tenant that she found online.
So how much money? How many total months of rent did she extract from him? Like 1 month?
Two.
She got $1,800 cash off this guy.
Yeah.
And a stereo.
So after a couple months, she kicks you out, and
They don't
excuse me,
kick
she
me
kicks
out.
him out. She kicks him out,
She kicks
and
him
so how does he end up at your place? That's what I want to know. Because
All right,
like
well,
I'm gonna be honest,
he
with you,
eventually
like,
gets tired of it.
If
And
I'd only known this
he goes
dude
and rents a
2
place.
months.
He wants to cry about how he loved grandma and he don't know why he did her wrong. I mean, that's all I can get out of him. And then my mother starts feeling bad for him because he didn't really know what to do here, because he's like a 70-year-old man. You know, he's had a stroke. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't even have a license because of said stroke. So, and he's about to be evicted from the place that he went to rent because he wrote bad checks to get out of there to get away from grandma. So, Mama goes, "Come live with us."
All right,
So
okay.
Mama packed up and left, but she packed up and moved in with her boyfriend. So it's just me and Jim now.
This sucks for you because you had nothing to do with the forming of any of this, and now it sounds like you're the guy who's kind of
Well,
trying to take the high road.
I ended up getting a 70-year-old man dumped on me. I'm like, dude, I can't take care of
This is
myself.
like Always Sunny.
Yeah, it is. And
You got an old man.
It's like I just all of a sudden inherited one.
He just fell into an old man situation, as you do.
I'm 62 inches showing, 7 inches long, full out. I can't see my penis at all. Only time I can see it's like in a mirror.
Back when Painkiller already started, Wings had a huge ego when it came to sex.
I'm not trying to tug my own chain, but this week alone I've made a girl nut off of kissing her.
Well, with all this in effect, we're talking about the pink elephant here. Jerk off before you go on the date.
Oh God, Wings! Like, come on. Why?
This is key advice, because you want her to learn your personality. You don't want to go through the first 2 or 3 dates with like a semi hard on, and your mind's like in a 1-track bind.
How old are you that you can't have a conversation with a woman? All right. Wings, are you okay right now?
It's easier if you're not turned on.
Hey, honey, welcome to the podcast.
Cum dodging is an unacceptable behavior, because I understand it's okay if you don't want to get your face blasted with jizz. Understandable. Don't give me the impression that you're willing to have a face blasted full of jizz and then take it away from me right at the point of climax.
Yeah, don't you fucking do that to Wings.
Wiser
you
words were
bastard.
never spoken.
However, Wings' ego was false. He was exposed as a liar on PKA 16 when he told the story of how he lost his virginity. It later came out in PKA 63 that he'd only recently just had sex for the first time.
That's a good question. Are we just going to pass this around the room?
No.
Yeah, let's go back to Wings.
You know what? Wings don't want to answer his own questions.
Wings, come on.
Okay. Can't do that.
Mine's dull, though. Mine happened on the living room floor.
Well, say it. We'll move on.
Yeah, we were cool.
I just did. I mean, watching a movie, some shit got hard. Next thing you know.
How did it come about? Like, how did it even happen? Like, it's not like you accidentally, like you guys, you were lying down and she fucking tried to get over you and fell on you. Like, something must have happened, right?
No,
She must have been,
basically, you started rubbing. Like, I started rubbing her tummy, and next thing you know, the hand goes a little bit lower. Then my shit starts rubbing her ass. We're laying on the floor, and I'm like cupping my hand over her stomach. We're sort of watching a movie, and all of a sudden the panties came off.
Keep it PG now.
That's all it takes. So moral of that story is do not let Wings rub your girl's tummy.
Yeah,
the hand will go lower.
Well, you gotta realize he never had a girlfriend before.
And he was a virgin. I just called you out.
The woman in that clip was Shalene, who Wings got serious with for a while. He moved her and her kids in and practically became a stepfather. It was with Shalene that Wings entered a dance challenge with award-winning dancer Woody's Gamertag. I'll let you judge the winner.
In an effort to give himself a little bit of working room.
Did the show start?
Yeah.
Are you on with Wings?
Yeah.
Tell him it's on. I'm down there practicing. It's on. I saw what he did. It's on.
Can you hear her?
This is a Liquid Richard production.
Big up Liquid Richard. Let's play these games. These games are about to be fucking played. Come on. I'm not smoking weed. Fuck you! Every farce I be ripping your baby mama, she be spitting. When I slap her bitch ass, then tell her get back in the kitchen. Luckin' that food ain't gonna cook itself. Motherfucker, you know me, I'm always about them top shelf. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. Hoes with flows and unstoppables. I don't know. Richard Pepsi banquet, listen, offline diet. Richard Pepsi banquet, listen, offline diet. Surgery, real talk, automobile wreck sniffer. Automobile wreck sniffer, real talk. You know I'm riding off beat to the point I don't care. Unprepared for the ways I was always ensnared. The flights of my physical proportion, thinking damn, why didn't that busted condom just rally to an abortion? I won't give no fuck. I won't give no fuck.
Who's Brandy?
Fuck buddy.
After Shalene came Brandy.
This is Brandy. Yay! Did you say something, Brandy? They're all nervous.
What do you want me to say?
Won't you say hi? Won't you say thank you for the video views that you requested?
Oh yeah, thank you for the video views and anything nice that was said, and I hope everybody has a good night.
And don't be mean, because Brandy doesn't like mean people.
Mean people suck.
And she's not 12.
33.
Wings was extremely open about his sex life with his new girlfriend.
How did you meet her?
Plenty of fish. She's way more sexual than I am. She calls me the woman of the relationship because I'll be like, not tonight, no, not right now. But sexually, she's great. Like she has like these nurse outfits and she has like these mermaid.
She has more
outfits.
than one nurse outfit.
Oh, she has multiple. Like she used to be like this clown. She used to have her own business as a clown.
Wait. No.
Like, she give you a blowjob and you honk her little red nose. Goes beep beep.
Yeah, but she actually used to be a legitimate clown for like little kids and stuff. Now she's a preschool teacher.
As opposed to
and,
the
like,
legitimate clown.
And like she has like a whole closet. She has 2 closets in her house. One for like the naughty stuff and one for like the regular stuff.
What are some other outfits that does she have that are interesting?
God, I wish
I haven't really looked through them.
Please
I
tell me
haven't
it's like
really
a
looked through them. There's
sexy
like I know there's one that's like a Catholic schoolgirl. She has the vampire one. She has the all leather dominatrix one.
Does she have the Hyman Roth from Godfather 2 costume?
No, she has a German Nazi one though.
What?
That's good. Time out. She has a Nazi costume. And okay, now does she dress up as an Aryan and like racially dominate you or something? Is that
No. It's more sexually than that. It's just like it's like this really loose. It's like a navy blue kind of thing, but like an SS like logo on it and stuff.
Wow.
Recently, Brandy has become a meme in Wings' streams, with viewers teasing Wings by saying she got blacked.
And like this is what they're doing on their Saturday. They're sitting here fucking drawing pictures with like usernames like Brandy's fart box or some shit. Like I don't give a fuck about Brandy. I've never have. I don't know why y'all keep bringing this shit up. Like this is your fucking Saturday morning. You got fucking the Cartoon Express on in the background, and you're sitting there making Twitch accounts for like the last hour. It takes 2 seconds to ban you, homie.
That man has a problem with his carpets smelling like pussy.
Wings hasn't had much luck since Brandy, and I guess that's why he's perfected his masturbation technique.
I use a backhand method.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
I never could get down that little fist pump thing. Like you see like the porn stars do it. I never could get in a groove and make that feel good.
Stop.
So you use a backhand method?
Yeah. Like with my thumb and my forefinger and like had the fingers going outward.
All right, be right back. Be right back.
No, Kyle.
I'm not picturing. No, be right back. Grab a drink. Be right back. Fuck that.
No fucking way!
Flawless victory.
And if he gets bored of that, there's always cows.
Let's throw out the question. Let's ignore the would you have snake with an animal and just go straight to if you were to have sex with an animal, which animal would it be?
Ugh. I feel sick even thinking about it.
I feel sick. Like
Step up your game, Kitty.
I'm down. Cow. It'd be a cow.
Hang on. When you move,
You might feel sorry for the cow, but I'd rather be the cow in that scenario than the kitten wings roasted under a bucket.
Alright. When I was 5, I put a kitten under a bucket and I was playing with it. You know, doing peekaboo. Well, I left the bucket.
You monster.
I left the kitten under the bucket. And I
You
went in and ate
monster!
Oh my god!
And I forgot about the kitten.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ,
my
God!
Holy shit! Wings cooked the cat alive.
It's a bucket. He ended up dying of oxygen, not that. Not
Oh my god! The kid died. Bag.
Wings of Redemption passed away sometime in the night last night. Apparently, he was refinishing his desk in a closed garage, and the fumes got the best of him, and he lost consciousness.
Wings spent thousands of dollars on a new desk. The plan was to completely reinvent his room. Unfortunately, he chose to hire his unqualified friend to build the desk, as a favour to the friend.
And what happened is we used a thing called glass epoxy. Glass epoxy is almost like polyurethane. It gives the desk a nice shine, really glassy shine, and it's a protective coating. Well, what happened is the guy I paid to build the desk kind of messed up on the lines of we bought a bad batch of glass epoxy. That's what we only can assume, because most of the desk, 75% of the desk, well, more than that, 90% of the desk came out perfect. But little spots of the desk never would dry.
Luckily, Woody's gamertag had woodworking experience and was happy to help.
All this says is Feedback Friday, Wings desk. Yeah, so look, I guarantee you I'm going to fix Wings' desk. I just don't know exactly how it's going to happen yet. At one time, I thought we were all going to go to Wings' place and work on it there and get him started. But he doesn't have a place to work on it. So now it's going to happen at my place. I was going to clean the garage and sort of receive him this week, but I've been so sick. And I cleaned the garage a little bit. It's still not ready to receive the desk, but I'm making progress. And the first step of working on a woodworking project is getting the shop ready for work, and that's where I am right now.
Everything was planned. Wings would bring the desk to Woody's house, and together they would fix it. However, it's never that easy with Wings. He invited his felon friends along with him to the house where Woody had 2 young children. Unsurprisingly, Woody's wife was unsure.
All right, next topic.
Let's talk about Wings.
Oh, the desk.
Yes, Wings wants to bring pedos over our house.
I'm sure they're
or
not...
criminals. Maybe some mobsters. Exactly, what is he bringing over?
He said one of the guys didn't have a criminal record at all.
That he knows of.
And he suspiciously left out the other guy.
So he wanted to bring some people over.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, not this week because it's kind of crazy. And then you got into this whole, like, he was bringing not just himself, but a bunch of people, like a whole caravan.
Uh-huh.
And then some of them might have criminal records. And,
he has some seedy people in his life, and I don't know if any of them are coming to the house with the desk.
I need to have a background check done before he has these people come over.
Is there an app for that?
I hope there is. There might be an app for that.
There's probably an app for that.
I'm going to have a background check before you bring anybody
get some
over.
Social Security numbers before we introduce our kids to Wings' crew.
The desk never got finished.
I can just imagine what the trolls are going to do if I get this car Monday.
Wings has a strange obsession with trucks. They're his passion in life, and he spends more money than he can afford on them.
Did he not have any foresight to build a nest egg to save that away for a rainy day so bad things wouldn't happen 5 years later?
Well, if by nest egg you mean purchase 3 new trucks
in a year, and it's 4.
In a year. Oh, 4 new trucks in a year. Well, you know what they say: don't invest in real estate. Keep it to automobiles.
That's a smart.
They appreciate in value.
It's got a Roush engine. That's what you don't understand. This F-150's got a Roush racing engine in it. Hell, it's worth more now than what I paid.
Wait, Kyle or Woody, both of you know the truck story. You want to enlighten Jim a bit on that?
He bought 2. Woody and I went and visited him New Year's Eve, 2012, 2011, something like that, and we were both blown away by the quality of this man's ride.
It really was
Once
nice.
again, we questioned our own direction in life, just as we had a couple years prior when he told us he was making $10,000 a month, and neither of us were even close. I was like, God, I feel like I'm doing well, but goddamn, look at this man's ride. Look at the odometer. Woody and I are both looking at the odometer, the gauges on this thing. They're glowing green. The leather seats, the chrome railings and step bars, the nice wheels and tires. It's immaculate. It smells good. It's beautiful. He bought a new one a couple months later.
The first one wasn't comfy enough.
Wasn't comfy enough.
Did he sell the old one or he just kept it?
Traded it in.
He kept it
It's
for a
just
while.
popping from 1 to 1, yeah.
He didn't trade it in right away. I believe he
traded it
kept
right
it.
away. There was a time when he owned 4 vehicles. He had his 2002 Chevrolet, which is what he drives these days. He had I don't remember the years, but let's just call it a 2011 and a 2012 F-150, both the big ones, like 4 doors, leather seats, like Lariats, with 5.7 liter engines and just very nice vehicles. And then he gets a girlfriend. He's like, you need a Tahoe, my love.
Oh, wait, didn't you guys tell me this is even weirder to me then, I guess. If he's such a homebody, right? If he's a guy that hasn't left his town more than 6 times, likes to stay inside, why would he invest so much? Why would he invest so much in automobiles?
Because trucks are a status symbol in not only redneck culture, but specifically, it seems, in his opinion, in his neck of the woods. There was a time when I believe he was talking about his sister. Is that correct? He was talking about how attractive his sister was, and I met the young lady. She's cute. I think, and he said she's good looking. She's dating some guy now though that's got a Honda Civic. I mean, she could get a man with a Lariat or a Chevy 2500 or something. That quality
This
girl.
is a 4-wheel drive quality girl I got here.
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing messing around with that Honda Civic, boy. She could do much better.
She's at least an all-wheel drive Subaru.
No consideration as to what this gentleman's personality is like, what his education is like, what his goals in life are, what his means are, where he lives.
What are you driving?
What kind of wheels you got, bro? What's your towing capacity? You got the mud gripping tires? You got flow masters on the back? Hell yeah. You've done good, little girl.
Hey, look at it this way. My trucks, they love me inside them.
Wait, what? Somebody get a fucking shirt right now.
Wow.
I can get them wet with a water hose.
It's too bad Wings got banned from his favourite truck forum.
Oh, yeah. This reminds me. Those fucking bastards at F150forum.com banned me. Take their site down.
F150.com?
F150forum.com.
They gave you the ban hammer for life, or what?
Yeah, it's like it goes, you have been banned for the following reasons. No reason specified.
Specified.
Specified. The moderators of Battlefield 3.
That ban will be lifted never. All I did was give the man some advice.
So are you sure that you didn't do anything, Wings? Because when I hear, they banned me for
nothing. I gave
nothing.
a guy some advice, and they technically didn't like it. And I feel like I deserve at least a warning before a ban.
Did that advice involve calling him stupid or anything?
No. It had nothing to do
Wait
with
a minute, Wayne. Sometimes you're honest. I didn't say anything. It is to you, but sometimes you come off a little harsh to some people.
But for example, this guy. Keep in mind that I'm a donating member to this site. I've been a member of this site for 3 years. and I had no previous track history record of warnings or banishment issues. All right, this guy goes, well, I bought an F-150 and my job fell through, and I'm having trouble keeping the payments up. I'm currently upside down on the truck. He bought a truck and he lost his job like 2 or 3 months later. So I go, here's what you do. You lose a key. You go to the Ford dealership, buy another key, and you give that key you lost to your buddy. And let your buddy come 3 or 4 months later down the road, have him take your truck while you're taking your wife or girlfriend or whatever out to dinner. You come out, and your truck's missing. You call the cops, you file a report. Your buddy drives it 2 counties over, puts gasoline all over it, sets it on fire.
Ah, that's so damn shady, Wings.
Wings,
what the hell is wrong with you? What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It does matter.
Arson, insurance fraud.
You can't.
So
He
wrong.
was in a situation where he needed help out of a truck payment. He was going to go, and nobody wanted to give him the answer. I gave him the answer he needed to hear.
Yeah, he's gonna go to jail.
He's not going to go to jail.
That is not the answer.
How you going to go to jail? How are you going to go to jail?
Arson, insurance fraud.
That's if they can prove you have insurance fraud. You lost your keys. You replaced your key. You did not steal your truck. You did not know the day your truck was going to be stolen. You don't know where your truck's getting stolen from. All you know is your truck is missing. They find your truck burnt. Insurance pays for the money. You're out of the F-150. Life goes on. It happens every day.
They find your friend. He has Grand Theft Auto. I mean, he's locked up for a year.
How are they going to find him? Because he basically walked up in a public setting, used the key to get into a truck and drive off.
Thank you for watching episode 2. There are a lot of long clips in this one, so I'd be shocked if you made it this far. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Liquid Richard, whose music I used in the intro and outro, as well as the dance montage. His links are in the description. Next time, we're going to cover the highs and lows of Wings' time on Painkiller Already, as well as his departure from the show. To keep up with the series, subscribe with notifications on. And welcome to Banworld.
All right, Redneck, welcome to Banworld. Big up Liquid Richard. Perma-ban his bitch ass. Seriously, fuck you. If you continue to say Richard, whether you're a sub or not,
I'm just going to get rid of you for 24 hours.
I'm banning anybody trying to give me advice. Alright, ban everybody. Shut the fuck up. You fucking dick sucker. Shut the fuck up. Ban these guys, dude. You fucking dick sucker.
I don't give a fuck, man. Like, I hate my fucking life at this point.
Welcome to Banworld. 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 Shut the fuck up. All women are hoes. All women are tricks. All women are good for is sucking our dicks. All women can cook. All women can clean. But you know women ain't shit, if you know what I mean. All women are stupid. All women are dumb. And all they're good for is making me come. If I was a woman, I'd kill myself. So suck my dick, and here's to your health.